desalination leads to more water pollution and all kinds of things. So we want to be tackling these issues in this course and as students when we go out into the workplace. So the next issue that probably doesn't get quite as much attention as the water and sanitation is water and food security. So agriculture actually accounts for 70% of freshwater withdrawals across the world and can be up to 90% in quickly developing countries. And so, as you can see in these two photos, this is an example of a mechanized irrigation system that would be used in a country like the United States. And this is a manual irrigation system that would be used in a developing country. And so most of the economies around the world depend on rain-dependent agriculture. And it's actually been forecasted that by 2020, the yields from rain-dependent agriculture could be down by as much as 50%. So this is a big deal for food security for people in developing countries. And then in addition to that, water scarcity limits food production and supply, forcing them to import more, forcing them to spend more on their families, putting food on the table. And so with the rising world population and the water resources we have right now, it's basically not going to be possible for us to sustain this kind of food security issue. And the last thing I want to talk about is air pollution. This is another global health risk that doesn't get as much attention as water and sanitation, but in fact, it's indoor air pollution is the fourth largest risk factor contributing to death globally. And it causes 4 million premature deaths each year. That's about one death every 16 seconds. So this is a huge deal. And nearly half of the world's population is being exposed to dangerous air pollution by being forced to cook on polluting and inefficient stoves every day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, women are cooking on stoves like this one that produce tons of smoke in their home and expose them to a lot of health risks. And so the major pollutants of concern are particulate matter and carbon monoxide, which you'll hear a lot more about when the projects are presenting. So to go over our course objectives from this year, obviously we had 3 big overall objectives. As you'll hear later, the problem statements in this course were very open-ended. So we got introduced to problem-solving skills and being able to scope a project, decide how we were going to go about researching and solving this problem. And so we got that broad introduction into problem-solving. But we also, obviously, we took a trip to Nicaragua and we did field testing and research there. And so we were introduced to kind of thinking on your feet, being prepared to do engineering and